Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jack, and today I wanted to talk about the Call of Duty Zombies comics because I haven't done any videos about them on my channel, and I wanted to just let you know what's going on and how I'm going to cover them. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we're going to get our first issue of the Call of Duty Zombies comic. Now, if you wasn't aware, these comics are going to be covering the storyline of the transit crew, so that's going to be Stillinger, Misty, Russman, and Marlton. And it just basically ties up all the loose ends about what happened to these 4 characters after the events of Buried, and probably is going to cover what happened between each map, between Transit and Buried as well. So it's a really great thing for Jason Blundell and the rest of the people at Treyarch to actually do this because it's a new media, so it's a new form of things for us to look out for, which brings me into my next point of, because it's Jason Blundell and because it's Treyarch, we know that they like to do ciphers, we know that they like to be sneaky about things. There's a user over on Reddit by the name of FU453 who put it pretty good. He said, "New media platform, new way to hide Easter eggs." We already know that the covers will have a bigger meaning, but we have to remember this is a comic book and not a video game. If Jason wants to give us some hidden info, he will probably give it to us in a cipher, probably going to get one per issue. However, he may pull off something sneakier to get something else across. So this is actually a really good idea, and it's a really good way of thinking about things because I didn't actually think that much into the comic books really. I knew that they were going to cover the storyline of the transit crew, and I knew that that's what they're going to cover. I'm pretty sure the Chronorium's going to be involved, and so Richtofen's going to also play a part in these comics as well. I didn't think too much about the hidden ciphers or the hidden meanings behind these pages, but if you read books, if you know anything about them, then you'll know for sure that a book can hold a lot more information than you could ever tell in a film, in a TV series, in a game, or in any other form of media. A book is always that one thing that you can have as much information as you want to put in there. This is why people say that reading the Harry Potter books, for instance, is a lot more informational and it's a lot more better than watching the films because you just get a lot more information and you know a lot more about the story. This is probably the reason why Jason Blundell made this into a comic book form rather than making a decision to put it into the game. He probably has a lot of information and a lot of things he wants to give to us, the audience, about the transit crew and that side of the storyline. And he probably thought if he put it all into Black Ops 3, if he crammed it all there into a few maps, that would just be nonsensical. That it probably just wouldn't fit the storyline at the point that we're at the moment. I mean, for instance, like we have the Apothicons and the Keepers and all that side of the storyline in Black Ops 3. I'm pretty sure that the transit crew has never even heard of or come in contact with the Apothicons or anything like that. However, if that was the case and they do at some point come in contact with them, then the comic book is definitely going to let us know about that. But in a nutshell, we basically have these comic books which are going to be very artistic. I believe inside of the covers as well, every page or most of the pages will have a very visual aspect to them. They're going to have obviously the text as well as some like drawings and depictions of what's going on, just so we can visually see what's going on inside the comic. And like the Reddit user FU453 actually says as well, with all of these images and everything that we got inside of the comic, we're going to get a few ciphers or hidden messages or anything else like that because we know what Treyarch are like. So in terms of covering it on my channel, as far as I'm aware at the moment, it could change, but what I'm thinking of is when I get the comics, I've got them on order now, by the way. If you want to go ahead and order them yourself, I will put a link in the description below to darkhorse.com, which is where you can buy the comics from. You can either order them on the website and then you can get them delivered to you, or they have a comic shop locator on their website, which you can find your local comic shop, and then you can go ahead there and buy the comic when it comes out. Personally, I've got them to be delivered to my house. However, when I get these comics, I'm going to read them through, try and get all the information I can. Try and look out for these images, like I say, with the hidden messages with the ciphers and things. There's no doubt going to be a lot of theories and things coming up from these comics as well because, like I say, we'll have a lot of images so we can come up with a few different theories and things, and I'm sure on the actual Reddit page itself there's going to be a load of people stating their own little ideas and coming up with a load of other crazy theories and things as well. But once I've read through the comic, I'll do my best to get a high quality image of the pages I wanted to talk about, so I can then put them into a video and then just discuss whatever I found or whatever we've read, because I know not all of you are going to get the comic. I know quite a few of you are looking into it, and personally I would say you definitely should go and get them. Like I say, you get them from the website I'm going to put down in the description below. They are only $3.99, so they're not exactly that expensive. So far we actually have 2 comics that we can pre-order. So we have the comic number 1 and comic number 2, as you could imagine. The number 2 comic, by the way, is going to be released and delivered to our houses on December 21st, 2016. So that's not next month, but the month after. So it looks like they're going one every couple of months. So they got one in October, December, they might have one in February if you're following that pattern, one in April, and they're going to go so on and so forth until they run out of the comics. But they have their own little captions, which you can see on the websites as well. Comic number 1, it says inside its own little caption that these little comic mini-series is going to dive into the characters' backstories, providing a crucial piece for the zombies puzzle. So this means it is going to tie in with the current storyline that we know and love so far. Hopefully it will answer a lot of questions in terms of the transit crew and that side of things, mostly for obviously from Black Ops 2. A lot of people thought that in Buried, in the Easter egg, that the crew actually died. However, that doesn't seem to be the case, because obviously this is from the events after Buried, and like I say, it'll probably cover events from before Buried and in between the maps of like Transit, Die Rise to Buried. I imagine it's going to be a lot to talk about once these comics actually come out. And comic number 2 talks about Broken Arrow. If you don't know what Broken Arrow is, it's basically Russman's old organization. It's just like affiliation that he used to be a part of, if you will. And it basically says that the transit crew winds up at the headquarters of Russman's old organization, Broken Arrow. So then we get a little bit more backstory into Broken Arrow, because we don't really know that much about it. So these comics are definitely going to fill in a lot of gaps around the Broken Arrow and that side of things as well. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, because I feel like that's everything I can really talk about these comics for now. Like I say, in 2 weeks tomorrow, so that'll be Wednesday, October 26th, these comics will be out, or the first issue of these comics will be out anyway. Like I say, issue number 2 will be out December 21st. After that, we don't actually know specific dates, although I'm guessing it's going to be February, then April, then so on and so forth, one every couple of months. I'm going to end this video here, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, or if you're excited about these comics, then go ahead, leave a like rating, and comment down below your thoughts, or any theories, or anything you might have about these comics. Subscribe to this channel for more zombies content, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace out.